Hi, this is Cheryl, Sea Spirit Tarot, and I'm here for my daily reading. If you stop by, thank you. Those that don't know me, my higher self has given me this job of back into the tarot. My spirit gave me that. And I'm studying, and I do journals, but I do readings and I put them out. Sometimes they're general readings for the universal unconscious, and sometimes they're general readings for me. I know, I'm not reading whose romances and stuff like that. So, anyway, my job is to do this every day. If any of these things, if you hung around and any of these things were to attune with you, coalesce, that would be absolutely awesome, because I am here to develop my skills of being a teacher, a standard of the new energy. And this is my retirement job, and it's most awesome. So, the first card I drew today is this deck, from this deck that I keep saying I'm on the fence about. I don't know if I don't know what my resistance is to this deck, because every of the last 3 days it has been so right on with the rest of the reading. And this one today comes up to honoring your energy. And I guess this is maybe a morning glory, going to the sun. Actually, I didn't look at it real closely. The honoring your energy. The energy is here to serve you. The energy is here to serve you. You know, there's like white matter, black matter, gray matter. Those are potentials. Just grab those potentials and move ahead. And that is something, until we reach this state of frequency that we're in as a world, was not available to us. So we were all learning this. Release is my Arcturian card, your neural pathway card. It's interesting, in one of my spreads of what to let go of the other year of 19 was strength. I've always had to be very strong, hold on too tight, too rigid with paradigms. And on the other way, I'm so far out there. I'm too rigid, too far out there in some ways, and too rigid on myself in other ways. So release. And I actually used, I do aromatherapy, the French aromatherapy. Actually, you used today for this reading on me, release. Release. I also run a diffuser, but I currently have my doors open. It's 70 degrees outside, so a sea breeze is coming through. Okay, the goddess I chose today, a lot of it was color. This is Panacea. And I choose these goddesses whose aspects, well, they call to me in different ways, you know, however they call to me. But often it's because I wish to integrate into myself aspects of them. First of all, I thought this was a snake, but she's pouring healing waters upon these people. Beautiful emerald green. That would be higher heart. That would actually be thymus. Panacea. Salves for each joint. Tonics for many organs. Only you can heal the whole body. She who cures all. Be for me the death of my afflictions and restore me in soul and body alike. Well, I'm looking to put that into myself, to restore me in soul and body alike. I go out and gather aspects, but I don't know how to say it. I don't worship outside, because the answers are all within me. And the tarot is the book of life and the book of law. As I heard one of my new friends, whose name I can't pronounce, in the Netherlands, said in that book she had, you will become the tarot. And that's what we need to do, is become the tarot, to go through the path of the fool, or what does Joseph Campbell call it, the hero's journey. We're all on a hero's journey to be our own hero. Anyway, this color. This emerald green of healing. That's what got me on that one. So my spread today is a modified Celtic cross that I do. And this question is, how can I better manage my tarot YouTube time? Because one is I'm studying, and I study on the tarot, on the YouTube. I watch other people's YouTube. I want to interact because I want to be part of the community with YouTube. Because before I had a community, but now I don't. So it's kind of my soulful, intellectual community that I'm developing on YouTube. Okay. My question was represented by these two cards. Let's see if I could read. I usually read these cards. Always I've read them down, phone pointing down, and I use a chopstick because I broke a wand tapping on them. But my question is, here's my coming together of my soul, of doing something that I really, really, really want to do, to cleanse, to let it flow, to get back into relationships socially, which we need to do because we need to be staying in our body. But I tend to have these two cups kind of gathered here, and then I just kind of drift off like that queen, you know, oh, what's in my cup? And daydream. On the other hand, time is not wasted, because right now, such a priority I have is the tarot. And I love my soul's path. So 3 would be the second manifestation after the 2. So that's where I'm at right now. I kind of feel like I'm a bit dreamy, but on the other hand, I don't think I'm too dreamy, because it's that soulful energy that has to go, that goes into the study of the tarot, right? Second half of my question is the 6 of disc. So I've got 2 platforms of 3. I've got 3 platforms of 3, actually. 3 being, like we said, the second manifestation after the thought of the ace, the beginning of the ace. And here, I have a lot of things I'm trying to blend together, and I'm not sure what each one is. 1 is, I think this means it's okay, the money is okay. And 2, I think it means, you know, these are household chores. You know, like I have the Christmas and Yule decorations together. Now I got to put them in the closet. After 8 years, and I've been an RN. I just retired from being an RN. I'm going to a doctor for the first time on Monday. So I have all that BS stuff I have to get together to go in and talk to him. You know, I have a plant that needs repotting, a house that needs vacuuming, but I also have that I need to figure out this editor thing, which really doesn't seem to be too important to me. But my time spent with the tarot, and I learned something from everybody. I learned something everywhere. It's down here. And we have here that it's separated, but it's held together. I mean, it's held together by blooming flowers and stars, right? With the bridge. So, a 6, a 3, and a 6. 3, 6, 9. Those are all those numbers that keep going back to love, you know? And I'm doing this for love. So how am I going to manage my dreamy side, where I'm going, with the practical things that I need to do? And I laid this spread this morning. That's my back. I swear it's my wings coming out, or else it's that I don't have anyone to put oil on my back. The way I see my question, and in this deck, the Hierophant is represented by Jupiter. In the Vedics, Jupiter gave the Hierophant the assignment, the permission to order society. And, you know, he deals with legal issues. He deals with education. I know, but I want him to be a Jupiter more than I want him to be a Taurus. But anyway, the thing is with this is he looks like, that's a 5, you know. Things have got to change. 3, 6, here's the 5. He looks like a little bored with the whole situation and thinks I should like be getting my act together here. So and that's kind of funny. So I usually read these cards in a different way, but let's go here. So the timing I got for the card is one of the cards that I'm just tired of being, but this is necessary, that I spend a lot of time studying. I am a novice. I am returning to Tarot after 20 years. I am 68 years old. I have lots of experiences and I have lots of knowledge to put together in these 6 of coins. If I can but learn, I do have some swords coming up, to articulate them. I'm also a wild woman of the sea, or a wild woman of the forest. I've always had that, kept that wildness within me. And I don't know, everybody's always trying to take it out of me, but I need to turn this guy around. But he still stands on one leg, and I don't want to be standing on one leg with my new venture here. But also, I don't know where my venture's going. I'm going to do a spread on that before we get to that question that I'm responding to. The challenge, or whatever you call it, that I'm doing, the interaction of 31 days, Tarot 220. So why am I doing this? Why am I even asking these questions? I have this 9 of spirit. It is so full. I am so full. I've got, there again, so I have platforms. I have 2 stable platforms of 4. And I have the wand in the middle holding that together. So the Sun Soul Source, what me is a, now I'm going to go Western astrology. Me as a Pisces, because that's basically what I've been raised with. It's only in the last year or so that I've really understood Vedic astrology, because again, when I started astrology, it was with the paper and the pencil, and you draw the circles and you look it all up in the books, right? And that too has been put away. And then I lost in those days when you could buy the programs on to go into your computer, they were spending, they're like $300, but then as your computer upgrades, they're no longer good. So I kind of have been working a whole lot with natals or any of that, but right now I'm working on tarot. And my power of my spirit, of my soul self, my magnetics, my frequency, 9. I am ready. I've been impatient, but I tend to get awfully overwhelmed. And like I said, I don't know if anyone else is, there's a lot of us starting on new journeys here, and I see a lot of new people on YouTube, of which I am so grateful. Everybody is stepping up to raise these frequencies to love. So the immediate results of integrating this stuff is the old guy that I just dread seeing. Because I've been a hermit for years. I mean, that is why I cannot even articulate online. It's getting better. It's my 3rd chakra I'm working on too. It's the hermit. So I still have to study myself, which to me is a lifelong journey anyway. The hermit, still being close to home, or maybe still just doing what I'm doing. Though I don't think I'm really ready to go out and read in public yet. I get unsure of myself, or I will stop my intuition. But there's a certain amount of stuff you need to know too, or I do. Maybe that's that Aquarian moon of mine wants those little facts and figures. But I got the hermit. So, tired of being the hermit. I paid attention to this reading, and I got out this, I just came back. I just tried to mash down my hair. It's 70 degrees outside. I just rode 30 blocks on my bicycle. Not a cloud in the sky. It could not be more beautiful for being communing with nature. It just could not be. And when I get my knees fixed, I'm going to be back in that wild woman in the sea again. And the big picture, the big goal that we would see after this Hermit is the Three of Swords. So there again, we got this idea, the first manifestation. I'm still at the beginnings of these, except for my energetic level is over the top. Well, isn't this like Rider-Waite, the Wounded Warrior? Well, Chiron's been sitting in Pisces, and I think now he's in Aries, where my Mars and Venus is. I'm healing. The cards are healing me. I am healing myself. The cards are showing me a pathway to keep me out of my head. So if I look at what the big picture of my goal here is, it is a new beginning. It's a new beginning with swords and intellect and learning and studying and intuition. And here's that sword of truth coming up to make the third pillar. Three-legged stool. Three-legged stool is fine with me. I'll sit in a pyramid any day. So that is why. This is all why. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because the magnetics of my soul are about to burst. I'm tired of being the hermit, but I do realize the reasons I need to do these things and to keep shining my light. And to shine my light, I need this new platform to be able to articulate, intellectualize. Boy, people sure like to intellectualize, don't they? To form a sturdy foundation of my mind, of what I send out in the air, in the feathers, in the ether. How? I also wanted to add, and I'm stepping back a bit, this Three of Cups. It also made me think that this cup needs to socially, though it's bridged with flowers, be with others. And I was just riding by a place that's just never gone well. And it's right there over the water, where it's in the sand to the water, you know, whatever. It's a beach thing. And it's just been, every time I ride by there lately on the weekends, it's just packed. And after I rode by, I thought, well, I should have stopped. And I thought I remembered this card is another dragon flying in. So, on my goals, part of this with these discs is, you know, I need to balance this with nature, to be out in nature more, not to be hermited up in this house when it's 70 degrees out and the sun is shining, because my nose is so deep in the tarot that I can't move. So, I don't know how I messed up my cards. But anyway, that's also my physical body. Going out and riding my bike, getting the sunshine, enjoying it. Okay, give me just a second here. Because this goes here, and this goes here. Now, the next card is how. How am I going to do it? Well, here I come with my new magnetics, my new ideas, my new thoughts. There's many, many, many of us that are starting YouTube channels, spiritual businesses, new businesses. This coming eclipse, I think one of the key words is try again. Things have been blocked. Try again. The page is still learning. Whatever your endeavor is, go out there and try again. And this is my second try at the tarot. I mean, the tarot for me, but if I'm going to look forward and go out into the community, last time, even though I got really good feedback, I was terrified. I ran away. Ran away from my booth, right? What immediate opportunity is coming to me in the near future? It's the Ten of Cups. How much nicer can that be for peace and fulfillment? This is past the wish card, right? Is it in my imagination? Do I bring this forth? Do the cards help me bring this forth and manifest it? I think these cards are a lot like spells. That they can talk to you, or you can put out how you want it to be. And I am so grateful. I would call these 10 grails of gratefulness for everything I've been through, the god-awful part, and the wonderful part, and the gratefulness of what I have right now. I am so grateful. This is so beautiful for an immediate opportunity coming to me. Wishes fulfilled. Creation. And what to expect after that card is a 5 of Swords. Well, you know, this is not too profound a reading. The 5 of Swords is more action. There again, we have 2 platforms of 2. We have the flowering sword of truth coming up to the middle, uniting them all, and they are united in certain places here together. So, what to expect is continued changes. I don't have a niche. I really don't know. What I know is that I was pushed to begin this. And once I was pushed to begin this, my life began to fall into a lovely ardor. A lovely healed ardor. And I do know that I'm supposed to somehow do something as a standard of the new energy, a midwife of the new energy. He looks bored. He looks bored. It just kind of worries me. I don't look bored. I'm more like how that look because I'm overwhelmed, because I just want to sit and stare at my cup, you know, like the Queen of Cups. See that top cup? Action. Action. I've all got pretty much low numbers here. The majors I do have is the Hermit and the Hierophant. 2 of, as my new friend that I met through what we're doing mentioned how much she disliked these cards. These are 2 cards that trigger me. Oh, I dread it. I don't want to be the Hermit. But on the other hand, I am pretty much a mystic scholar. And the Hierophant. Maybe I can come into a little bit of it to bridge. I have one friend that gave me the greatest compliment, one of the greatest compliments I've ever had. And she told me this many years ago. And she said, Cheryl, the problem with you is you were born too soon. So my ideas aren't so far out there for the eon that I'm living in. Or maybe I'm just totally not well. It's just society is dragging, so impatient. Society is dragging so slowly along, releasing their traumas and their fears. No fear. No fear. And the bottom of the deck that I pulled when I looked is the Wheel of Fortune. So round and round I go. I'm turning the wheel this time. I'm not just riding on that karmic wheel. And like I said, I'm not sure exactly what happened, whether my blueprint was activated, my South Node was activated when a lot of that was dropped or what. But I'm turning this wheel in the direction that I wish for it to go, and releasing, if nothing else, releasing my prejudice judgments against everyone that's just not moving along. I need to just slow it down and take the time to enjoy the flowers. So that was my daily reading today. I will critique this now and go, oh, I should have. But it's kind of cool. And the other thing that this is making me do is look at myself, who I am. So I'm going to work some on my next response that's due tomorrow for our interactive group that we're doing of the tarot, which has been just lovely. I've met some lovely ladies. I love seeing people in the Netherlands and in Scotland and in Argentina and Mexico and